Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Or actually, good afternoon. I'm filming this in the morning, sorry. Um, Today is Thursday, September 25th, and I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. So if you saw my video from Tuesday, you will have seen that I was highlighting or showcasing, whatever word you want to use there, the Charming Day bundle. This is what my monthly club picked for this bundle for September. So I thought I would bring to you another quick and easy sample or card that you could make. Just want to show you everything that's included in this bundle. So you've got the great stamps here, some awesome words that go with it, coordinate with it. And then you've got, of course, the dies that die cut these two things here. And then you have some other extra bonus dies, as I like to call them. And of course, that one die cuts, I guess I should bring this over. That one die cuts that leaf. But then you've got some extra, there's another leaf there, another tall rose, and then you've got this one that die cuts a big couple clusters, kind of similar to this, but it just die cuts a shape out, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and get started with a very simple project. And what I didn't do is cut my designer series paper, so we're going to do that at the same time. Look at me go. I thought I had everything ready. And let's see, I'm going to grab, maybe we'll use, oh, I guess that is the same one. I was thinking I had another scrap piece, so let me look really, oh, here we go. Let me see if this, yeah, that'll work. Okay. So what you're going to do is cut two pieces of coordinating designer series paper, and you're going to cut them at, let's see what I cut them at, 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And the top one I think is a little bit longer. It might be 2 1/2. I mean, I could leave this one. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get our paper trimmer out. So we're going to trim this down this way to 3 3/4, right? Let's make sure we've got, yeah, we're going to go this way, 3 3/4. Always have to double check. I mean, I have cut wrong many times. And then we're just going to cut this one at about 2 1/2. And that gives you an extra little strip there that you can use. And then this one is already 3 3/4, and we're going to go 2 1/4 on this one. And those two should fit really well. And like I said, you can overlap them a little bit if you want. But so we've got our two coordinating pieces. We've got our piece of basic black. So what we're going to do is, this one is going to go here. And we're going to put this one here. And like I said, you could cut them a little bit bigger if you wanted them to overlap. I didn't really care because we're going to put this ribbon right there. So that was kind of why I didn't cut them a little bit smaller, or a little bit bigger, sorry. But you certainly could. There are times when I do cut them and they overlap. Oh gosh, I think my glue is empty. Of course it is. Glue is always the quick one to use on smaller pieces, but I'll just pull in my Stampin' Seal Plus. And we're going to put that right here, just like that. And then we're going to put this one on top, just like that. Like I said, this card is so easy. And the combinations you could do are just endless with designer series paper. Oh my gosh. And you could even stamp like the bottom or something if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be, both pieces do not have to be designer series paper. All right. Then I'm just attaching that piece of ribbon right there. Now, if you want info on my monthly club, I'll have a link below that you can click on. It's $39.50 a month. You get 5 projects, 2 of each. I have a private Facebook group that everybody joins, and I let everybody vote on what bundle they want each month. Okay, I've already pre-die cut. This is from the Traditional Labels dies. And then I already stamped and die cut this little rose here. And then we're just going to do some coloring. So what I did first is I stamped my little hello. And this is from the Beautiful Motifs. Any little phrase, greeting that you wanted to put on here would be perfect. And I'm stamping this up in the upper corner right here, because I want to be able to attach this and still have a little bit of room. And we are going to bring in, I used Old Olive and, of course, Timid Tiger, because that's what the card base is here. Now, you can do light, dark, combination of both, you know, depending on how fancy of a colorer, I guess you want to say you are. I am not one that goes, you know, all fancy with the markers, but I know some people are. I just pretty much do the basics. And I'll show you a couple little things that I do to get a little bit different highlights going on, but I don't blend with 4 or 5 different colors. I know people do, and I think that's awesome. I think they're beautiful when they're done, but yeah, I just don't do that. Anyway, so we're just going to finish coloring this up. And of course you could use either tip. Normally I use the other tip, but I grabbed the bullet end instead, but that's fine. That's why you hear the squeaking noise. It always happens with that tip. Okay, so like I said, this is a very quick and easy card. Now, if you want, you can go back and do a little highlighting, let's say, with the dark. And you could do that before and then do your blending. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong to it. You know, it's coloring. And then let's just do our leaves. Whoops. Now, if you haven't heard, coming October 1st through the 31st, we will have a awesome joining offer coming. I haven't shared too much about it yet. I know a lot of people have. But yeah, it's going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you're thinking that maybe you'd like to join Stampin' Up!, save 20%, or at least 20%, I should say, on all the awesome products you love, it would be a great time to join. So watch for details to come out about that. They're offering 2 different offers coming up. So just depending on, you get the same amount of free product. It just depends on how much you want to spend. And I can't remember the dollar amounts exactly. That's why I'm not telling you yet, because, well, I know one of them you pay $35 and you get the $125 in product. And I think the other offer is $99 and you get $189 in product. But that one's the one I wasn't exactly sure about. But, and then you get free shipping, so it's just plus tax. So, you know, you get like $90 in product. So that's awesome. So it's a great way to get some product you like and start out, you know, getting your 20% off on your next order that you would put in after that. So, and you could join my awesome team. We are the Northwest Crafty Stampers. We're a smaller team, but we do get together twice a month via Zoom. We do our meetings, and the first and third Wednesday of the month is when we do it. So, yeah. So if you have questions about that, please, you know, don't hesitate to reach out and ask, because I'm always here to answer questions if you need to, but I would love to have you join my team. Okay. Now, if you really want to bling this up, you could paint it with Wink of Stella. I didn't think of that before. So what I did then is I just put this right here on there. And I know one thing I forgot to grab. So I had a class yesterday at the Stille Valley Center, and I haven't unpacked everything yet. I was digging through the boxes just this morning to get what I needed that was in there. And what I forgot is the bling. I colored those, so maybe I'll just pull out some other bling in color, because these are not in color bling, which you could use in color bling. That's what I was going to pull out today, but I may just grab something else and color them, just like I did there. That's what's great about our Stampin' Blends is you can color, because they're alcohol based, you can color any use your words, Debbie, any surface with them, because they're alcohol based and it'll dry. Almost any surface. I probably shouldn't say any surface, but definitely bling, ribbon, all the things we like to color to change up. So that's really nice. Here we go. Let's get with it today, Debbie. Okay. And then I just put that right there in the center. And let's see, let me grab some bling. Let me see what I can find that we can color. Well, actually, let's just pull out the in color bling, and we'll put some of those on. Oh, I know what I colored. We're not going to do that. This is the, now if you guys could see my desk, it is a mess. I have so many things going on. This is the bling that goes with the Charming Day Suite. So this is the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. So what I did is colored the petal pink ones with the Timid Tiger. I was trying to remember what I did. Sometimes you just can't. Is this the light? Yeah. I'm going to use the dark, though. And I'm just coloring the top of them. Because the petal pink ones are so light, you can color them with pretty much any color. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and add these to the top. Okay, and then one last thing. So there's the front of our card. One last thing here. That's how I decorated the inside. So we're going to take our white piece. I'm going to stamp the other little single flower here. And I'm going to stamp this down in the corner. Okay, let's get this out of the way so we don't drop anything in it, because we know how that works sometimes. And then let's color this up really quick. Now, you don't have to do this part. I mean, if you're not one that likes to decorate the inside, which I'll be honest, I didn't used to decorate the inside, but I do almost all the time now. Now, I don't stamp a greeting on the inside because I tend to write my message. So I don't usually stamp something on the inside, but I do tend to coordinate the inside with the front. And if it's not something stamped, sometimes it could just be a strip of the DSP that coordinates with it. So you can always do lots of different things there. All right, and let's color our little flower. I think this flower is supposed to be like a little, almost looks like a pansy to me, but I could be wrong. I mean, I like to garden, but I never claim to fame to know what every plant looks like, that's for sure. All right. Almost done here. And then I'm going to grab, I'm just going to grab a yellow, whatever one I find right here. Which one is this? Oh, Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to do the inside right here. There. All right, now we can attach our inside piece, which will go right here. And we will be done with this card. See how quick and easy it was, even with all the coloring we did today. But the sky's the limit on color combinations you could do with this. There we go. There is our project today, again using the Charming Day Suite. I love this color combination. I just think it's so pretty. Anyway, if you have any questions about today's project or any of the other projects, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. And if you have questions about Monthly Club or joining Stampin' Up! With that new offer coming, just shoot me a message or comment out on YouTube or any of those places, or you can also email me too. All my info is always out there. You can find it out on my blog too. So anyway, and please don't forget to like, follow, and share. I love it. My numbers are growing. My goal is to get to 1,000 YouTube followers by the end of the year. And I'd also like to grow my numbers out on Facebook too. I haven't been following that one as much, but I know it's growing too. So thank you all so much for following me. And I will see you all again next week. Bye, guys.